Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be creating this typewriter effect using JavaScript. Okay, so it's quite a slow typing speed, but you can always adjust that with the timing intervals in this code. But yeah, let's just dive straight in and show you how to make this within the JavaScript. Cheers, guys. Okay, guys. So to begin, you can see I've just got the usual files. I've got an index.html, style.css. I've got this key MP3 here, which is just the sound of an individual typewriter key click. And then we also have this background JPEG image of just some typewriter paper. Okay, so going into the index.html file, get a boilerplate going. In the body, which can say as a div with a class of text. Okay, this is where our kind of div our typewriter effect's going to be, or letters are going to be added to this div. And then that's pretty much it for HTML. We just want to add a script tag. And we also want to link to our style.css as well. Okay, and then in our style.css, I just want to select the HTML first. I want to make the width 100% to fill the page, and a height of 100 viewport heights. And then come underneath that, we'll select our body next. And here I want a background. I'm just going to set the background, we'll say URL. And then in here we'll just say // that background JPEG image. And then we want to say background size of cover, okay, to cover the page. And then come underneath this, we're going to select that text div, and we're just going to say position, absolute, font size, we'll say 1.8 rem, and then top 40%, left 50%, and then we'll just center the text. Should be percent. And then we'll just say transform, translate, -50%, -50%, and that will just make the text display in the center of the page. Okay, so let's just open this with Live Server. Okay, you can see there's just a kind of background image at the moment, nothing else is really happening there. So if we come back into our HTML file, we'll go inside this script tag next. And the first thing we want to do here is just select our text div. So I'll just say let text div equal document.query selector, and we'll just say .text to select that div. Then under here, we're going to set a message string. This is the text we want to be kind of typed to the screen. So I'll just say let text equals this message is being typed on a typewriter, okay? And then underneath that, we're going to set a variable called I to equal 0. And we're going to use this variable to iterate through each character in our text string. And then come underneath that, we're going to say, create a function called type. And then in here, we're going to first say if I is less than text.length. Okay, so we're basically comparing this I to the length of this string here. So if it is, we'll come in here into this if statement, and we're going to say text div dot inner HTML plus equals, and we're going to say text dot char at I, like so. Okay. So what that's doing for each iteration, it's going through each character of this string, and it's going to add each character for each iteration onto our page here in that text div. So kind of underneath this, we're going to say let audio equal new audio. Okay, and then we're going to grab this key.mp3 file. So say key.mp3, like so. And then for each iteration, for each time this, we add a character to the screen, we're going to play this typewriter key press sound. Okay, so we'll say audio.play. And then come underneath that, we're going to increment our iteration count by 1, so we'll just say I++. Okay, and then we're going to say in here as well, set timeout, and then we're going to trigger that type function again, and then we're going to use the math.floor, and then I want to use math.random, and you'll see why I do this in a second. I'm going to times that by 600, and then I'm going to come out of the bracket and just plus 100 milliseconds on as well. Okay, so we're using this kind of math.random functionality just to kind of randomize the time intervals between the key clicks to make it more like a typing effect, okay, as opposed to just doing a constant time interval, okay. So that should pretty much be it. Let's just come under here and we'll initialize that type function now. Okay, so let's come in here. That should be type. And now you can see we get that kind of typewriter effect. Okay, the thing you should be wary of here is the sound won't play unless the user clicks on the screen. You can see here we're getting this error message saying DOM exception. Play failed because the user didn't interact with the document first. This is part of the Google Chrome guidelines, so the user has to interact with the screen before the sound can be played. So in order to get around this, for now, what I'm going to do is say window.add event listener. I'm just going to say click, and then I'm going to trigger the type function, okay? And then we're going to remove it down here. Also, what I want to do here as well is just say, let's get that kind of a typewriter font. Especially, okay, as you can see, we get this kind of nice typewriter style font here. So I'll just say embed that. We'll get the link tag. We'll pop it under here, our style sheet. And then I'm also going to embed the CSS as well. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, we'll put that under our style sheet, and then we'll get the CSS. We'll come in here and we'll put the font family in there like so. So now, if we come back to our document, okay. So you might want to just get a different sound for a space bar if that's pressed, but for now I'm just going to use this one sample. Okay, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, guys. That's how you create kind of a basic typewriter effect. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.